Speaking of robotics and your career at the Jet Propulsion Labs, the coolest fact about your career, in my opinion, is the fact that you were in mission control when several of the Mars rovers first touched down on the Red Planet. What did it feel like to be part of such an achievement firsthand?
Those are some of the most memorable moments of my life, of my professional life. And at the time, when I decided I wanted to work in space exploration and robotic space exploration, I knew what that kind of meant. And I knew that I needed to be an engineer. At least I thought I did, that you had to be a scientist or an engineer. And so that was what I had in my mind is, oh, okay, I'll go and be a part of this exploration. What I didn't realize is working on these missions would mean working with a group of people for a long time to accomplish something hard with a deadline. And landing nights on Mars, landing days on Mars is the epitome of that. You've been working together with a group of people on something that often fails. And here's the moment. So we're in mission control, like you might see in the movie Apollo 13, only we're not talking to an astronaut. We're communicating with our robots. And it takes 7 minutes from the top of the Martian atmosphere to landing. And CNN calls those the 7 minutes of terror because you're just waiting and hoping that everything went right in this autonomous sequence of events that happens on Mars. Because we're not joysticking the rovers, they're too far away. The time it can take a signal to get from the Earth to Mars can be anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes one way. So you can't joystick the rover. We send it a series of commands and then it carries those out. So on landing night, everything is pre-programmed and we are there to respond as soon as we knew how things went on Mars. But while it's clocking out on Mars, we are just waiting. You can do everything right and still have a rough day on Mars. So those moments, it wouldn't have mattered whether there were cameras in the room. It just didn't matter. We knew the whole world was watching, but we were sharing this moment, this bond of were we going to succeed or were we not? And it is an incredible feeling to be a part of a group that is doing that, whether or not you succeed. I've been fortunate, all four of the rovers that I've worked on, Spirit, Opportunity, Perseverance, Curiosity, and Perseverance, have all had successful landings. And as much as we said we're going to sit in our seats and be professional when we land, it always happens. We jump up and start yelling and screaming and hugging each other, and memories of a lifetime, truly the highlights.
That sounds like such an incredible experience. I was trying to figure out a way to verbalize the complexity of the situation, but I don't think that I could do a better job than you just did.